What's up, Guardians? It's Mekabre, and we're here with the fashion show videos. So, unfortunately, we only received 4 submissions, but hey, 4 submissions is better than none. So, tonight I am with a couple of the clan admins, and we're going to be grading these 4 submissions. Our winner is going to be walking out here with a free 30th anniversary pack on the platform of their choice for Destiny 2. And yeah, so let's hop into it. We're going to go to the first submission that was sent to me on my Gmail. So let me know if you guys can see this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Visible, even
So,
on a phone.
This is a hunter.
Yep.
As we stated in the previous video, explaining the rules, we're grading on 3 categories. You have a theme, your overall, how well it meshes together, and then your general appeal. Those are your 3 main categories. The most you can get is 5 points. The least you can get is 0. Those 3 categories are graded on your first 3 pictures where you're in this screen right here or on your general character screen. The last 2 pictures of your Guardian in the wild can receive up to 2 bonus points but may receive 0, and those are graded individually as we see fit. So we'll kind of talk through it, we'll go down the list, I'll add up the numbers, and at the very end of the video we will tell you who's the winner. So let's start with this first submission. What are your guys' thoughts thematically? Or just what are your thoughts in general? The first thing you see.
I like it. It's sneaky looking, like a utility hunter.
Yeah, very true.
So I appreciate that he's not using all the same shader to get the shade of gray he has.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very typical of, and it's not Hunters exclusive, it's Warlocks and Titans as well, to just kind of default to like a gray and a black.
I agree. Black is something you see quite a bit. But I agree with you. I like the originality on all the different shader types. It's not just the same one over and over and over.
And I like that it's not from one armor set. That's something I always tried to strive for when I'm making armor.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they found a helmet on the hunter that doesn't look absolutely terrible when there's not a full cloak, like a hood with their cloak. Because I think that's a really challenging thing, is to try to find a helmet that doesn't look like ugly as hell when it doesn't have the rest of the hood to cover it.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. Okay. So you guys have had a minute to think here. I'll go to the last picture while we wrap up our thoughts. I'm going to need a number 0 to 5 from each of you for their theme. What you think their theme overall, how well they nailed it. I'll give you another second to think here. Personally, I think of all the submissions, this has to be one of my favorite. I don't know though. There's some pretty good stuff. I just like overall. I'm very much a guy that uses a lot of white and purple in my characters, so having something like this is a little different, and I kind of enjoy it. All right, do you guys have your numbers?
Yeah.
All right, we'll start with you, Venice.
I'm gonna give him 4s across the board.
4s across the board. Okay. We'll get to the bonus points here in a second, by the way. Matt, do you have your numbers?
I do. So for overall theme,
Yep.
I'm giving it a 4. For how well it meshes together, I'm giving it a 5. It's very like clean looking.
Yes.
And I think that's my favorite part. Yeah, and for general, I'm gonna give it another 4.
Another 4.
It's just gray.
Hey, very well done though.
Yeah, I agree.
4s across the board and a couple or 5 sneaking in there. That's good to hear. All right, Vito, on to you.
Everything Matt just said. I like his arguments.
Same numbers?
Oh yeah.
4, 5,
Better
4.
believe it, buddy.
All right. Okay, so I had a little bit of background knowledge. He told me his theme was he's kind of going for like a futuristic cop of sorts, or like operative or something. Yeah, something along those lines. So I don't know. You can kind of tell. I like the helmet specifically. I think for that just reason alone, and if I didn't know that was what he was going for, I feel like it's pretty easy to tell. With the chest piece and the helmet alone, I feel like how well it meshes together. So theme, I'm going to give him a 4 as well. I agree with you guys on that. For mesh up, I think I'm going to go with a 4, like Venice had said here. And then for appeal, I'm going 5, because I think this hunter looks pretty darn sick. Okay, now we will go to his 2 bonus pictures. So these are the 2 pictures in the wild. This is the first one. There will be a second one here. You can award up to 2 bonus points each. Just let me know if you think he deserves any bonus points at all, or how many in total.
Okay.
So this is the first one, and here is the second one.
I'll give the second one a bonus point. I like the background. It fits his theme well.
Okay, so between the 2, you're giving him 1 bonus point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to do the same, and also for the same picture because I like having the city as the background.
Okay.
However, one critique, the reason I'm not giving him 2 is because, and this is me being a bitch, but composition is really important when you do photographs, and putting something dead center in the photograph makes it really boring.
True. It is a little difficult, I think, to have your character feel off-center just because of the way taking pictures
Yeah, I
works.
suppose, with the way the camera angles work in the game.
He could have positioned the city off to one side, and then it would have looked a little more like it was, one-sided picture. I agree.
But I mean, the pictures aren't bad. They're definitely... He picked a good pose.
Mm-hmm.
He picked a good emote to use.
Right. I feel like Midtown is a good place to have this quote-unquote photo shoot done, because it's a town, and he's supposed to look like a futuristic, or I guess dystopian kind of cop.
Mm-hmm.
And town
Okay.
needs a cop. So
Vito, bonus points or not?
Yeah, he gets a 1 from me because, yep, it fits the. I'll just use the word aesthetic.
I agree.
I get it.
agree. I'm not going to award any bonus points. I have kind of a stupid reason for it. One, I love this emote, and I think it works well. Don't get me wrong there. But he's using the same emote, and it's on the same Crucible map. So I feel like there's a little bit of a lack of effort there.
Okay,
so
that's fair. Yeah.
I'm giving him 0
That's
points.
why I only did 1 as well.
All right, we'll close out of this here. Let's head over to some of our Discord users. We'll start with Tasty. So, Tasty is also submitting his hunter. This is your front picture.
All right.
We'll move on to picture from the back. And then lastly, picture from the side. All right, let's start hearing some thoughts. Doesn't have to be numbers, just what are the vibes you're getting from it?
I feel like this is every edgy hunter's first character.
It's a recycled hunter look.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, I like the arms. They're very nice arms. I personally use them, but it's just too much black. Like, I don't know if it's black or it's just like where like the lighting is from.
There,
It's
maybe.
definitely
But-
like a dark gray, black, something
But
like
it
that.
definitely does. Like, I definitely think you need to have more than just one color. Like, he has white in there, sure, but that clearly is just part of the armor sets that aren't shaded.
Yep.
And like, it's not a bad look. I feel like it's just an overused look, just pure black. Like,
Especially
yeah. Go ahead, Venice.
Oh, sorry, but the cloak you see a lot
Mhm.
with hunters who are trying to get edgy looks. specifically hunters that want to use all black and they want to look super edgy, like they gave their guardian some really edgy backstory, or like after Cade's death they went berserk. I'm like, okay, we get it, like it happens, but also
It's been almost 3 years. Shut the fuck up.
it's like, okay, you should have had your time to mourn and move on, but also like the cloak is just, I feel like that cloak specifically, it's very hard to pull off with certain armor sets and armor pieces just because it has such a faded texture to it that there's no way to get that sort of dark to it. Like, this is something you would expect to see on someone who's just like not been into town recently and like has not patched their shit up. Not like if he was using Cade's cloak, this would be literally a Cade simp. Like if he was using the fucking memory of Cade cloak, it would be over. This is a Cade simp. Not to say,
or even Vanguard Dare.
yeah.
Okay, all right. There you have
I feel bad though because we just ripped this man a new one.
I agree. Keep in mind though, all of you guys are saying the same thing. He has this edgy hunter vibe going on. And I would say if all of you had that first thought, that same thought, that means he nailed
Oh, that's definitely
theme
a 5 in theme. Like he's
right
definitely
away.
Yeah, theme is fine.
Alright. So, do you guys have numbers in your head?
yes.
Alright, Venice.
Yeah.
What are your numbers?
We're doing a 5 for the theme.
Hey Connor, I do have to go now. I have no choice.
That's alright. Thank you for sticking around. I'll grab your votes later on. Don't worry.
All right. Yeah.
Alright.
Now I get to be the opinionated one.
Overall mesh up, how it all works together.
I'm gonna give it a 3 because some of the armor pieces just kind of don't fit as well as they do with others.
Okay. And then overall appeal?
Probably about a 3.
A 3?
About a 3.
Alright. Vito, do you have your numbers?
Yeah. 5 for theme. He knew what he was doing. And we all knew the first impression of this too.
Yep.
A 5 for how everything meshes. It all looks good. It all looks like it could go together in its own ornament set. And then general appeal, 3.
3.
Recycled hunter look, in my opinion.
Alright. So, for theme, I'm gonna give it a 4. I definitely agree. He knew exactly what he was going for. The one thing that throws me for a loop is the pants. I don't know why, but I just don't get the vibe that these pants work with everything else. Maybe it's just me, but I don't
What
like
pants
the way
are
it
those
matches.
even? Like, are those?
I couldn't tell you.
Can't tell.
It looks like he's wearing khakis. That's all I see.
It definitely looks like he's got like normal pants on, and then he attached like some tubing to it and some fun knee pads, and then put up some knee-high boots, and was like, "This'll do it.
Yeah,
This'll work."
Exactly. The mesh up how everything works together. I think I'm gonna give it a 4 for some of the same reasons, but also I don't know. I feel like the cloak, like you guys were saying earlier, there's definitely better cloaks for this. Not that this cloak's bad, just it doesn't work with what he was going for. And then overall appeal, personally, if you got the legs out and you changed the legs alone, I would rock this all day. I think it looks sick. I love the faceless hunters. I think that look is sick. I love it. Everything except these pants, so I'm gonna actually give it a 5 for general appeal. Bonus. He has 2 bonus pictures. Here is number 1. And then here is number 2. Kind of being, one of those people in the tower, reaching out, talking to the people in the tower. I'm not sure if that's what he was going for, but here he is nonetheless. So, those are your 2 bonus pictures. thoughts, and then bonus points you would award.
I think that they have good subject matter. Because they're both different pictures, so they both have different feels. I like the one with Ikora the most, I think, because I think the emote he's using is the one where it's like the big drawing board.
Yeah.
I can't really tell what's going on there, but it just looks like he walked up to Ikora and was like, "Yo, check this shit out." I was like,
yeah.
So I'm gonna give him a point because they both have some pretty good content.
Okay.
They're a little dark, so it's kind of hard to see who's who, but other than that, they're both very good.
They are a little dark. Vito, your thoughts?
Well, is Venice giving any points?
I'm giving 1 point overall.
Yeah, I'll give him 1 point as well. Like, I see what he was going for, and I like that, but this is me being really, what's it called? Obnoxious. I guess this is me being obnoxious, but the lighting is not the greatest on these.
Yep, I agree 100%. So, for me, this first picture I think is incredible. I kind of get the vibe that, like, because it's the whole Witch Queen pre-order emote, so it's like he went up to Ikora and they're just chilling there, and he's like, "What do you think this means?" As he's like Tracy says, like they're like having a conversation, you know, they're trying to figure something out. I love this first picture. You also get to see his hand cannon down here, which I'm like 90% sure is Fatebringer, so that's cool. I did say your weapons, you know, can help out a little bit, so getting to see that is very neat. His second picture, if the lighting was better, I would enjoy it more. But it's still a pretty good picture. I feel like he's interacting with the people in the tower, even though he's still being that edgelord with my arms are crossed. I'm not actively talking to you guys. I'm just here, kind of in the shadows, in the background. So I'm going to give him 2 points for bonus on this one. All right, that was submission number 2. We'll move on to submission number 3 here. All right. Well, that's not the picture I want. So, here is our starting picture once it loads in. If it loads in. Come on, there we go. So, it's a Titan this time, not a Hunter. This is from the front. We'll switch to from the back here. And then, lastly, from the side. All right. What are everyone's thoughts? You know, just put it out there. It doesn't have to be numbers yet.
What chess piece is that?
That is.
Because I don't play Titan.
Of the Falling Star.
I love that chess piece. I just like the little dangly things on it, the little fabric things. Yeah. I don't know. I just really like that. I think it works really well with the helmet. And the mark, but I don't know how I'm feeling about them the arms. At least the arms seem a little round for, I don't know, it just looks like he went kind of like a combination of medieval knight but also Roman warrior kind of deal. Okay. I think just with the way the helmet and the chess piece vibes are giving me.
Vito, what are some of your thoughts?
This is coming from a Titan main. I want this person to know this. I'm one to prefer my Titans to be a little smaller, and not a hitbox thing. I just like the look of smaller Titans. And shoulders, little too big for my liking. And the leg pieces, the Lucian Night Greaves, never even heard of those. Those are a little too thick for my liking. Okay. But other than that, though, I like it. I think this person pulled it off pretty well.
Yeah. definitely have to agree with Venice. I feel like there's some things that just don't like really match necessarily. I'm not 100% sure if like I can put my finger on it's this one piece. One thing that is you hate to see, but it's nice because it all works together. Is it's the same shade
It, like-
4 times.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we can't dock you on that because I didn't say anything about it. But it's something that like you want different shaders to you want to find the ones that mesh well together, and sometimes it doesn't work. And maybe that's the case. Maybe he went through every
Especially if you're
single shader
going
and
for a
just didn't work.
certain, like, if there's a certain color you want and like only one shader has it, well then you're like, well shit, now I have to use the whole shader. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
it's especially that bad with hunter cloaks, because I've noticed that a lot of shaders, when you put them on a cloak, it just completely changes the entire color scheme, and it applies to the texture differently. And I'm like, okay, well that's just ruined my entire plant, so I don't understand why you have to be difficult.
Yeah.
I definitely think he's got like 2 partial looks going on, kind of merged into one. Like, I think if I looked at it, I couldn't pinpoint where I think it went wrong, because there's tiny little things in each armor piece that kind of connect. It's like uncanny valley. Like, you're like, that's good, but then you keep looking at it and you're like, wait a second.
Yep, I got you. Do you guys have numbers?
Yes.
Yeah. Vito?
Yeah.
All right. So, for the Titan, what are your numbers, Venice?
For overall theme, I'm gonna give him a 3, because I can't tell really what's going on. I want to the worst thing that keeps coming to my head is White Knight, and I hate that shit. But I know that might not be what he's going for. It's just the first thing that popped into my head, so I'm gonna give him a 3, because it's not exactly clear. For the way it meshes together, I'm gonna also give it a 3.
Okay.
But for the overall like appeal and the overall appearance of it, I'm gonna give it a solid 4, because there's definitely an appeal to this, because it looks like, I'm not a Titan main. I don't know how hard it is for you guys to come up with different shapes and appearances. I don't know any of the Titan armor pieces that well, but I think that if I was a random person and I walked up to this Titan, I'd be like, he looks pretty cool.
Okay. All right. Vito, do you have your numbers?
Yeah. Theme, I'm gonna go with what Venice said, a solid 3. Just feel like he went. I feel like he did this last minute and just pulled it out of the sky.
I can confirm this was a last minute entry. He had sent a single picture, and I was like, hey, you gotta send 5. He got it done, but he didn't realize he needed more, and he didn't necessarily have the time to go through. So it was a little bit rushed, but, what can you do? We still got a grade at the same way.
For how everything meshes together, 3. I feel like it's a little asymmetrical because of these shoulder pads. Now, as a Titan man, I like everything to be asymmetrical, or as asymmetrical or symmetrical as possible. I'm sorry, I'm not good at math or terminology of math.
You're fine.
All right, and
General
for how I think, I'd go with 4 for this one too.
4.
Like, if I walk past this guy in a Walmart or this Titan, which will never happen, but
imagine.
I think, you know what? He looks kind of cool. I think I'd go have a drink with this guy, this person.
All right. I think for me, theme, I agree. It's a little difficult to tell exactly what he was going for, except for the fact that everything is truly that one color scheme. And the color scheme alone, I feel like, boosts it to a 4, so that's what I'm gonna give him for his theme. I agree. There's parts of it, and I don't know what it is, but there's just parts of it that don't quite work the best together theme wise. So that's why I only got a 4 instead of a 5. How everything meshes together, I have to agree with you, Vito. I'm the opposite though. I prefer Titans that have something asymmetrical on them, and usually it is a shoulder piece. But with this one, everything else is symmetrical. And I don't like that it's just these couple spikes on one shoulder that are the only thing, you know? So I'm going to give it a 4 for that. And then for overall appeal, I absolutely love this. I think I don't play Titan a whole lot, but I love the color scheme, and that alone I'd love to give it 5, and I'm really tempted to, except one thing, and even though Matt is no longer here, is something he'll say a lot. Using exotics is great, and in endgame content, or literally just general content, playing with them on is perfectly fine, but when it comes to a fashion show, rocking exotics is not the way to go. So purely because you have Curious of the Falling Star on, and also because I'm just not a huge fan of the way it looks, I'm going to go with a 4 instead of that 5. It's great that you used it, and it does work well with this Titan. I think it does. But try and find a different chess piece. Alright, he has 2 bonus pictures here as well, so I will show you those real quick. Here is the first one.
Gotta love the emote.
Yeah, this emote is very popular for whatever reason. And then here is our second one. It's a little bit smaller.
Oh, very tiny. Let me zoom in on here right quick. Is he about to like...
He is currently popping his Thunder Crash.
Oh, I was about to say, it looks like he's...
You two have the ability to zoom on this? Wow. Must be nice.
I'm on my phone. I'm just pinching the picture, and it just gets really blurry, so all I can see is this big purple blob. Oh, fuck, it's white. I can't see anything.
Give me a second.
My eyes.
Oh, that did nothing. Sorry. He's just about popping his Thunder Crash, which ties in, I think, to the fact that he's using that chess piece. I think that's kind of unique. But
I think it would have been cooler if when he did it, he was flying through the sky like Superman or some shit. Like,
true.
This looks like he's popping a squat because he's got to go real bad.
So, bonus points, if any. Venice, will start with you. What are your thoughts?
I really, really want to give him a point for this one because it's a very nice looking photo.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one is just hurting me so bad. So I'm not going to give him any bonus points. I can't do it.
All right.
What Venice said.
Same thing? Oh,
yep.
Man. I think...
Titan's getting ready to launch a massive shit.
Although you had said the second picture just it looks like he's about to take a dump. I agree with that. I think it ties into him using the chess piece, so I enjoy seeing that. I think it would have been cooler, like you had said, if he was flying through the air. Although it's probably a little more difficult to take a picture of, so it makes sense.
Honestly, it could have just been a timing issue.
It could have been. It very well could have been. But I think this picture right here carries his bonus points so hard. I love the emote. It's a great emote. I love the fact that his armor kind of reflects what's around him, you know? It looks like there's one of those landmines in front of his legs.
Oh yeah, the orange.
Red glow, an orange glow, and that looks sick. But then on top of that, right above the gun, you have like this swirling portal. I don't even know what the heck that is. But just where it was placed, I think that looks sick. I'm going to give him 2 bonus points for it. All right.
Look at that big old hole I shot in the sky.
That is our Titan. Moving on to our last submission, our final submission. It is a Warlock. So,
I'm in love with their name.
Their name is pretty great. Here is from the front. here we
I'm
have
sad
it
because we
from
don't have any
side.
bright pink submissions. I'd like to take off 1 point from every single candidate for not having pink on their armor.
You want me to go back and change
No,
it?
no. I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Here is from the rear. So
shiny.
What are some things you have to say? Clearly, so this is a console user, by the way, so that's why these pictures are taken on a phone of a screen, so keep that in mind with some of the issues of it being shiny, low quality, all that stuff. That is why.
Mm-hmm.
Do not grade him harsh on that.
We're grading on the armor objectively, yes. Okay, let's look here. I don't know, I like it. I think he looks shiny and put together and neat, like you would expect a Warlock to look like. He looks like someone that Ikora would like walk into the room with, and this Warlock would just be behind her like, yeah, I'm here now.
Like an
Look at
apprentice
me.
or something?
Yeah.
I could see that for sure.
My turn now?
Yeah, go.
Yes.
This looks like... Okay, well, I shouldn't... This kind of reminds me of like a very entitled, rich,
I was
white
about to say that.
British guy.
I was gonna say he looks like he would be a bigot.
A white British guy who drinks his tea and eats his crumpets with his pinky pointing out on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
All right.
Listen, I was trying to be
Anyway,
really
though,
nice, and then you had to go and say
hate,
that.
No hate to Two Pumps and a Dump. His Warlock looks amazing here.
Yeah.
It really does.
Visually very appealing.
That was my first impression of his Warlock.
Okay.
But it's good.
Perfectly.
He looks like someone that would have, like, he'd be that kid in class that had all of his notes were highlighted, and he had a pencil pouch with like really nice highlighters in it and really fancy pens, and he took like the most meticulous notes in class, and he'd be like really excessive about it. Like you would hear him like uncapping and capping all of his highlighters.
All right.
I feel like that's Connor in class.
It was not me, I guarantee it.
Okay, well he'd be this bitch with the acrylics that's like slamming on the keys real hard, letting everybody know that they're business. They mean business in this registered nursing class. Okay.
So, do you guys have numbers?
Yes.
Vito?
Oh, me first. Okay.
Yeah, switch it up.
For theme,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say a solid 5. I know it's a little hard. I know it's a little hard to see because of the lighting, but as a console player, I completely understand.
Mm-hmm.
But the colors, I feel like they mesh together very well. And how everything meshes, I'm also gonna give them a solid 5. Honestly, 5s across the board. This is a good looking Warlock. Just put it that way.
Across the board. That is the first of the night on the last submission, may I add. Venice, you're up.
Let's see. So I'm definitely gonna say 5 for the overall appeal, because like I just like to imagine myself as someone who's new to the tower, like looking at these people for like general appeal.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were like lost and I was like, bro, I need someone to answer this question, who looks like they're the smartest fucking person in this tower, I would walk to this Warlock. I'd be like, you look like you know what shit means. So 5 for general appeal and 5 for the theme.
5 for general appeal, 5 for the theme. Got it. And
how well for the way
meshes?
everything meshes, I'm gonna say a 4, just because there's just something about the pattern. I don't know. There's just something about it that just feels a teensy bit off, but not like in a bad way, but like there's just something that's slightly off that maybe is just like a personal character thing. But I think this is a very good look. I think it might have something to do with the helmet that's throwing me off a little bit, but I like it. So I'm going to give him a 4
Okay. All right.
for the mesh.
Gotcha. So, here's the thing. I like the theme, but the reason I'm going to give him a 3 on this
Ooh.
is I'm not 100% sure, but I am pretty sure that the helmet and the bond and possibly the boots or the chest piece, I'm not 100% sure about the chest piece or the boots, come from the same set. And that alone, I have no issues with people using the same set. Some of these sets look sick. Like the set for this season, for example, looks very, very nice. But that's not super original. So I'm going to give him a 3 on theme. How everything meshes together, I'm going to give him a 4. The reason I do this is, 1, he's using exotics. I'm glad it's not Curious of the Falling Star. Obviously it can't be because he's on his Warlock, but it's something that's not seen a whole lot with our Aeons. So that's kind of cool, but I don't think they really match with the whole set. And that's something that if you look at Aeons in-game, I mean, it looks a lot better in his pictures than how it would in-game, I think, personally. And then for overall appeal, as a Warlock player myself, I feel like you have very conflicting things here, with a lot of it being dark, but then your helmet and your shoulder pads being very, very bright. And like I said before, those Aeons don't really work with it. So I'm actually going to give him a 3 for general appeal as well. He sent in 3 bonus pictures. We will be looking at the first 2 of them. So here is number 1.
Oh, meditation
Ooh.
scene. We're watching. This is the turning point in his villain arc. Something happened, and now he's gonna be evil.
And then here is number 2.
He's done it. He's killed someone.
For those curious, this is him using that sword we just saw in the previous scene and doing a heavy spin attack with it.
It's what's it called? It's the Warlock exclusive one.
Yep.
I have no idea then. Sadly, I'm a pitiful little hunter main. I don't know shit about shit. I just
What's
know
it
if
called?
it's shiny and looks good, I'll use it.
I am not sure the name.
Warlock exclusive.
So, those are the 2 bonus pictures. Thoughts?
Eternity's
and
Edge.
points.
Oh, okay. That sounds about right. I wonder if I can pick this cat up by her legs. Come here, Nutmeg. Come here.
All right, gonna give him a 1.
1 bonus point?
Yep, I thoroughly enjoy one. It's because I thoroughly enjoy one picture over the other.
I'm assuming the first picture.
I'm actually
Yes.
going to give him...
It gives me Karate Kid vibes.
I feel that. I genuinely feel that. Venice, your thoughts?
Go back to the first one where he's sitting in front of the mountain.
Yep.
I love this picture so much just because I'm just sitting here, like, not only is just the background that he managed to catch, like, absolutely, like, phenomenal, and I love this.
Mm-hmm.
And he did do the thing where I normally don't like it, where they're kind of in the middle, but there's a thing here that, composition-wise, you've got the angle of the blade that kind of keeps it from just being, like, straight up and down, like a boring kind of thing. Like, there's this nice angle to the blade, and then a little bit of a corner where he's, like, kind of off the corner, not directly in it, so there's a bit of a turn there, so there's no, like... I just think it's a really good, somewhat asymmetrical photo, and this is literally like the cutaway, a cliffhanger to an anime episode where something tragic just happened to this dude, and he's going through shit right now, and he's about to make a change. This is a man who just realized he can't be all brain. He gotta have some heart, and now he's either gonna be a really bad dude, or he's gonna clean up his act. Like, maybe he's not being an alcoholic anymore, or he's really gonna start saying hi to his friends in the morning, right? but this is a turning point in this man's life, and he deserves 2 points for this picture.
2 points. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Me personally, I love the fact that the second picture's, in movement and is using a sword that we just saw, and it all ties together. But it doesn't really show off his armor. He's glowing at this point. You're not seeing those colors. Really, all you're seeing is the tips of his helmet, a little bit of that chest piece detail, and that's it. So I'm not going to give him any for the second picture, but this first picture is... Oh, I mean, of all of the bonus pictures we saw tonight, this is by far the best. And
yeah, I think this one's my favorite.
It is just...
This is in my new desktop background.
It truly looks like it could be a background. It doesn't look like this is something you would go and take in a video game. This is insane. I love the picture. I'm really, really tempted to give you 2 points just for this picture alone. I'm only going to give you 1. I like the fact that it's shot from the back, but it doesn't show off much except for your helmet and the bond. So for that, we're just going to give it a single bonus point. But just know, this is by far the best picture we have seen tonight. So, that is all for submissions. I will get Matt's number of the submissions that he was absent for. I will then total those up, and here at the end of the video, I will tell you guys who ended up winning the fashion show, the 2021 MekabreCo fashion show. Perhaps we do this again next year.
Rhyme.
If you've made it to this point, leave a like, comment down below who your favorite was or who you think should win, and subscribe if you're not already. Come on. We gotta hit
you should subscribe.
our 75 sub goal before Witch Queen, so I have to stream for 24 hours straight as soon as it drops.
Oh my god, that would be so funny.
It would be. As Cody once said in chat, I don't want to do it because I want to see you stream for 24 hours. I want to see it. I want to see it happen so that way you're in pain.
Honestly, that's the only reason me and Matt would even hop in is like do some dumb shit. Just like, hey, how's it going? Checking in on you. Make sure you don't pussy out. Don't worry about it. Have a nice cup of coffee.
Exactly. So if you want to see that happen, sub down below. If you guys enjoy the content, leave a like. And with that, we'll be right back with our grand total. All right, we're back. We're now a day later, but we're going to go back through the last 3 of the submissions with Matt, as he is back. He's our 4th and final judge. He was here for the first one, but we're
I have
back
school.
to finish it up. Yep. So, I believe you got to see this hunter from Tasty, and you had said a couple things. Don't remember if you had numbers set in stone yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No.
So here's from the front. Here we have it from the back. And then finally from the side.
Alright. Any environment ones I could take a look at?
Yeah, for the bonus.
That after?
Sure.
Yeah. I'd like to see those. Because I feel like, okay, so the lighting in the menu isn't bad, but I feel like sometimes it hurts the armor.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Alright.
And here is his last bonus picture.
Okay. So for overall theme, 5, obviously. Very well edgy hunter. Fits the theme perfectly. Whatever. How well it meshes? Gonna actually give it a 3, because a lot of his armor looks very sleek, but then you get to the cloak, and it's very torn up and like worn out, and that doesn't really mesh very well with me.
Okay.
Hold on. Sorry, my class counselor just sent me a text.
All good.
And in general, can you give it a 4?
General appeal for 4?
Yeah, because like looking at those kneecaps on those are stompies, right? With an ornament, pretty sure.
I do not think those are stompies, no.
Are they whatever? I don't. It feels like. So you know Dead Orbit camo. Kind of getting that vibe from the knees, and I really personally dislike that shader.
Fair enough.
So 4.
Okay. Now, for his bonus pictures, his pictures in the wild, would you award any bonus points? And if so, how many?
I'm not going to just because he did it in the tower, which I know is like a very easy place to do it. But I feel like he could have gone more creative, maybe gone to the Tangled Shore with how he would pawn off like the type of hunter he is.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe gone to like maybe even the moon, some of the darker places. Felt like that might have been a better location for those pictures.
Fair enough. If you were curious as to what everyone else voted, we had 554 in theme, we had 354 in overall meshing together, and for general appeal, 335 with 4 bonus points awarded. Now, moving on to the Titan. The only Titan submission we have. I know you have a bone to pick just because of the chess piece.
Always because of that chest piece, baby.
But here is the Titan from the front. Then we have the Titan from the rear. And lastly, from the side.
And then can I see
Overall
both
thoughts.
environmental ones as well?
Hmm?
Can I see the environment ones as well,
Yeah,
please?
yep. Here's his first bonus picture.
Alright.
And here is his second one. It is a little small.
It is a little small, but I can see he's casting a super, which is a nice kind of action move.
Mm-hmm.
So, overall, was there a theme planned? Were you told if there was a theme?
I was not told if there was. The rest of us, when we were talking about it, had suggested possibly he was going for like that white knight. I think Venice had said something possibly Romanesque, but not really committing to it. We all decided that, like, theme-wise, you could tell he was going for something, but we just weren't exactly sure what. You know, it was just kind of out there.
So I'm actually going to give it a 2 on theme because it just looks like no offense. This is going to sound really mean, but it looks like some like 1260, like you have legendary gear, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't like have a set planned out yet, so you just kind of threw it on.
I can confirm, and we had talked about this as well. He did not have as much time as he had originally planned, so this was rushed. You can tell there are certain things that you're like, yeah. Like one thing that really got me was the fact that he's using the same shader 4 times.
Yeah, that definitely hurts.
I mean, using it is fine, and like I don't know, maybe these armor pieces just don't take shaders well, and this is the only way it worked. But
and I've
like to see
experienced
that
before.
variety, you know?
Yeah, you at least got to like test the waters and like maybe it's not the perfect shade, but it gives this nice little like glint of a different color.
Mm-hmm.
And for mesh as well, I'm also going to give it a 2 because unfortunately, this is advice to all classes. Don't build an armor set around an exotic piece because when you remove that exotic piece out of there, it kind of shambles and falls to the ground.
We had talked about that as well. Yep.
Yeah. And it also just, I can see like with the boots and the helmet trying to go with the Roman style almost, but Curious just doesn't give me that vibe. And same with the arms. I like the mark. It's a very good mark.
Yes, the mark is fantastic.
Yeah. For general, I'm gonna give it a 3. Like it's a nice shade of white, and the different shader on the bond really sticks out.
Yes.
And I am gonna award a bonus point on this first
on the first
picture because I really like it. It's a really nice screenshot.
Yes, it is very, very well taken, centered. You just like everything in the background, although there's not a whole lot.
There's not a whole lot. It sticks out, and there's enough like there's something you can tell there's something in the background, but it's in the distance, and you can't really tell. And I really like that. It's a very good location.
I agree. So a single bonus point for this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to our fourth and final submission. Pardon me. We have our one and only Warlock. Let me start.
2 pumps and a dump. 2 pumps and a dump.
Let me start by saying he is on console. That is why the pictures were taken with a phone and sent in from that. They're off a TV screen, so do not dock them for having their pictures be a little lower quality. So some of that glare, some of that just generally like not great pictures is because of this.
Yeah, I understand.
However, makes up for it with his bonus picture, which we'll get to in a sec.
Mm-hmm.
So that's from the front. Here we have the Warlock from the side. Then from the rear. And lastly, here's his first bonus picture. He did send in 3, however, we only looked at the first 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And here is his second
All right.
So, overall thoughts. Actually, pause. Before we go into overall thoughts of the Warlock, I completely forgot, if you were curious. For the Titan, for theme, we had 3-3-4 for how well it meshes together. We also had 3-3-4 for general appeal. We had 4-4-4, and the only bonus points awarded were 2. So, back to the Warlock. What are your thoughts?
So I really like this Warlock armor set. It's very clean looking,
Mm-hmm.
but I always, and I'm pretty sure most Destiny YouTubers, most Destiny players will always say, try to mix it up. Don't use one armor set. Don't use one shader. Try to mix it around. And like, I get it. Some armor sets don't mesh well.
Yep.
But you just gotta go around it sometimes.
I agree 100%.
So for overall theme, I'm gonna give him a 3 because it's a good armor set. It looks very clean, but it's just one armor set.
Exactly. That is something I had said too. I was like, I know the helmet and the bond are from the same set, and I'm like,
So is the chest piece.
50% sure the chest piece and the boots are too.
Because it's the one from this season, which I love that chest piece.
Yeah.
It's a very like beautiful chest piece, and it takes shaders really well.
I agree. I think
But you just gotta
something where
build around it.
this is an original. Someone came up with this design, literally one of the Bungie creators, and now you're just taking it and slapping exotic arms on it. Like, yep,
Mm-hmm.
it's mine now.
All right. For how well it meshes, I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay.
I would have given it a 5, but it's also still one armor set, and it's Aeons,
Mm-hmm.
which unfortunately Aeons goes with nothing.
I will say, he does a decent job with using Aeons with this.
Yeah.
It's still there's not
Aeons
great sets
yeah.
that match. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll give it a 4 because it's just a Bungie armor set. And it was pre-made to look like it came together.
Mm-hmm.
And in general, I'll give it another 3. Because it's black and white, which isn't bad, but definitely try to go with maybe some more weirder colors. Like any of the Iron Banner shaders are really interesting to use because you don't see them a lot of the older ones, even the newer ones.
Mm-hmm. Now, would you award any bonus points?
I am going to award a bonus point on this first one because I really like the background. It's very pretty. It gives a very like. So, we both played Destiny 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you were a Warlock main on Destiny 1 as well. Can't remember. We didn't play together. This just reminds me of the Stormcaller mission where you first get Stormcaller, you know?
It really does. Yeah. Yeah, now that you say that.
And I really like that about this.
We were saying this is probably the best bonus picture out of all of the submissions.
Oh, most definitely.
Like, I would not be afraid to put this as my background.
No, not at all. It's very pretty. Destiny has some very nice backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you can see kind of this little crater town down below.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good screenshot. So I'm definitely giving a bonus point there.
Okay. Now, if you were curious, the points that were awarded before you were 5, 5, 3, 5, 4, 4, 5, 5, 3, and a total of 4 bonus points. So, definitely well liked. Well, that is all the submissions. thank you for coming on and joining me. I had a blast grading. I'm sure you guys, well,
Oh, I mean,
I know Venice and Vito loved it. They were enjoying it quite a bit last night. So
I know we can't do this like quite as often with things, but maybe we could like come together and do like a 2,000 silver bundle, like
Yeah.
giving someone 2,000 silver like every so often.
I would totally be down to do that. So you heard it here first. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments down below. If I don't know about this, if I don't have interest from you guys that watch this, I'm not going to do it. Because if I don't know people want it, I'm not going to make it. Because I won't know that it needs to be a thing. So if you guys want that, if you guys want a chance to earn some silver, or perhaps once which queen gets closer, we have a giveaway for that. Who knows? Maybe.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking right now. One of my goals is to hit that 75 sub mark, so I would have to stream for 24 hours and be in pain
Oh yeah,
as soon as
don't worry.
comes out.
Me and Vito will be there to laugh at you in the call.
So let's hit those goals. I'll be right back with you guys to give you our winner and the grand total of points and just, wrap things up. So thanks for watching thus far. Stick around just for another second and you'll find out who won. Well, we've reached the conclusion of the video, and here we are with the final scores of the 2021 MekabreCo fashion show. So, before we talk about the scores, let me just say right now, each and every one of my participants is going to be walking away with some sort of prize. Now, there is a reason why it is not participation trophies. Well, it kind of is this go around, but it will not be for future fashion shows. When I had suggested the idea, I had close to 10 people say, yeah, I'll send in a submission. And how many did I end up receiving? Only 4. And some of the ones that I received, I wasn't even told were going to be sent in. So, with that, I'd like to say, come on guys, you can do better. So, for those of you that submitted, thank you very much. It means a lot to me, and I liked each and every one of your submissions, so you are getting a prize. They will vary. Now, starting in last place, we had our one and only Titan from the Epitome of Bad. The Titan ended up finishing with 42 points total. We just overall thought that it was okay. As some of the judges loved one of your pictures, your bonus pictures, and then hated the other. Some of us hated the fact that you used Keras of the Falling Star. Others didn't like that it was asymmetrical. Whatever the reason may be, just know that at the end of the day, that Titan does look sick, and that it matters to you the most, not the judges. The judges are just here to critique and, offer advice where need be. That's their opinions, and I would assume yours is that Titan is pretty sick. So, keep it up. In third place, we have Tasty. Now, Tasty, here's the thing. The Edgelord Titan look is a little overused. You finished with a total of 53 points, so very, very well done. Barely in third place. We'll get to that in a second. Just know that the judges overall thought that your Titan is something that's seen quite frequently. Additionally, whether it's a combination of the legs that were used or your cloak, there are better options out there. Go and seek them out. Although, some good things that were done, we loved the mask or faceless hunter look. That vibe is amazing. Additionally, your bonus pictures were very on point, and overall, you had the best bonus score, second best bonus score. So, you did a good job. And once again, judges' opinions, they don't matter. It's what looks cool to you. So keep up the good work. Now here's the deal. We have a tie. It's for first place. It was a tie of 54 points between the first hunter we saw from a Bean Handler and the Warlock that we saw our last submission from Wonder. Now, or 2 pumps and a dump, as you may all know. These 2 submissions were very, very well done. And because there's a tie, we have to look at some things other fashion shows will look at and judge based on. And one of those big things that I more or less forgot to mention is we don't like you using armor from the same set. So, unfortunately, 2 Pumps in a Dump, we are going to have to give you second place for that reason alone. We loved the way your set looked. It is a very, very nice set. Your bonus picture, the first one, was incredible and by far the best we had out of all the submissions. It is a very good looking Warlock, so do not fret. But we have to give our winner up to the Hunter, as you see on screen. Bean Handler, congratulations, you are the first winner of the MekabreCo Fashion Show of 2021. Overall, we loved the vibe your cop, futuristic copper, operative, special agent, whatever you want to call it, Hunter was going for. It was a very, very well done Hunter. We all loved the looks and the vibes. We liked your differing pieces of armor. None of it was from the same set. We liked how everything worked well together, and you only used the same shader twice, but every other piece was unique and original, and that is something you don't get to see a whole lot. However, your bonus pictures could have been a little bit better, but overall, very, very well done, and congratulations. As for our prizes, as promised, Bean Handler, you are receiving a free 30th anniversary pack on platform of your choice. Reach out to me on Discord and I can set you up with that. As for our second place, as we had said, 2 Pumps in a Dump, I feel like I'm robbing you a little bit, so you're going to get a bit of a bonus as your prize. You will have 1,000 silver added to your account on the platform of your choice. Please reach out to me in Discord and I will get you that as soon as possible. In third place, Tasty, and in fourth place, Epitome of Bad. We are giving you 500 silver each. Great, great job. We loved your submissions. Everyone overall had a fantastic fashion show. Your Guardians looked incredible. All the judges loved every single one, even if they had some bad stuff to say. Keep in mind, we are possibly going to be doing future one of these. If you want advice on this, as I have been told to say, don't reach out to me because I'm more or less clueless on this stuff, but reach out to our other clan admins. They're willing to help, sit down, and strategize with you, especially as it gets closer to perhaps the next fashion show. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment, sub if you're not already, and with that, get back to grinding, your crazy Guardians.